channel. It's Ashley here, and if you are new, hey girl, hey. So I'm super excited about today's video because I'm doing some kitchen DIYs. I haven't done them in a very long time. I have 2 of them for you, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so for the first DIY, I'm gonna be taking this wooden cutting board and I'm going to spray paint it. My favorite spray paint color, you guys already know, is the heirloom white. And honestly, I think that this cutting board was redone already, but now I'm gonna show you how I redid it all over again to make it into something completely different. Next, after I was done spraying, I'm just gonna take my Dixie Mud. You guys know I love to use this stuff. I honestly need to get some more because I'm almost out. But I am going to add this on top of this stencil, which is one of my favorite stencils. I use it all the time in my DIYs. But I'm just adding this on top and it's going to create a raised stencil. And I did this on the entire front of this piece. After I let the mud dry, I just took this outside and I applied some more spray paint on top of that. After that, I took this small little trim piece of like wood and then I added that to the bottom. So I just marked where I needed to cut it on my miter saw. And then now I'm taking this extra piece of poplar board that I had, marking where I need to cut that because that's gonna be my back piece to help this stand up. And then I cut that as well on my miter saw. After I cut that, I just spray painted it the same color that I spray painted the cutting board. Now I'm gonna take this liquid leaf that I'm obsessed with and I'm gonna add it to all of the raised areas using a tiny paintbrush. So this was a very tedious to do. It was a little bit relaxing though, but you just wanna make sure you have some music going and take your time if you do have a stencil with a lot of detail on it. Now you don't have to do this. You can definitely just do what I did previously and do your little raised stencil. You can either keep it that white color that it's gonna be, or you can spray paint it or paint it the exact same color that you did. So your stencil will just have like this raised look. After I finished adding the gold leaf, I just took that piece of poplar board that I cut out and a hinge, and I attached this to the top. So a quick tip for someone who doesn't really use a drill all the time, whatever hardware you use, most of the time on the back, it will tell you what bit you need to use for your pilot hole, or you can do like me and I just will size it up against my screw and I'll just make sure that it's not too big or too small. After I finished drilling my holes, and now I'm just going to attach that piece of hardware to the back of this cutting board and then also my little back piece that is going to help this stand up. Lastly, I just added that piece that I cut out for the bottom and I'm going to add that using my wood glue. And that is it. That is all I did to transform this piece, and now it is basically a cookbook holder, but I don't use cookbooks. I literally use my iPad. So therefore I will put my iPad on here, and I love to find different recipes on Pinterest, and this is perfect to hold my iPad for that. Before I move on, I just want to talk about my sponsor for today, which is Skillshare. If you don't know what Skillshare is an online learning community for creatives, and they have tons of classes to choose from, ranging from photography, business, marketing, you name it, it is on there. One of the courses that I am taking at the moment is DIY Product Photography, Style and Shoot Creative Skills, and it is taught by Rachel and Daniel. I am thoroughly enjoying this course and I'm learning a lot. One good thing about Skillshare is that it is ad-free, and if you get a premium membership, you will be paying less than $10 a month. I do also have an awesome offer for you guys, and the first 1,000 of my subscribers to click on the link down below in my description, you will get a month free trial of Skillshare, so you can start exploring on there today. So make sure you check out that description down below. Now let's go ahead and hop back in the video. So moving along to the next DIY, I am using these frames that I got from Five and Below. I thought they were so gorgeous. I love the gold, and I knew that I could do a super easy, cute DIY with these. So of course, first things first, I took everything apart and I'm gonna use the glass piece and the backing piece of this. And then I took this old book that I bought that my daughter, literally, she ripped up all the pages, y'all. So I didn't wanna like throw this away, and I knew that I could basically like upcycle the pages. So now I'm gonna show you how I did that. So I took these silkscreen stencils that I got. I'm pretty sure they're from Michael's. I love silkscreen stencils. You guys know that. If you are new here, hi, my name is Ashley, and I love silkscreen stencils. Now I'm gonna take a page out of the book and I'm gonna cut it down to the size of the back of the frame. So I just placed that on top and I took a rotary cutter and I cut the sides off. After I got that page cut, I then cut my stencil into the 6 separate herbs and spices that I had. Now I'm gonna add the stencils I cut out on the top of the book page using some paint and a paintbrush. So I just peeled them off, placed them on top of the page, and then I painted whatever color you want. I'm using the color Collard Green by Dixie Belle, and I painted that on top of the page, and then you're just gonna lift it up, and then you will have a nice stencil. And that is literally it. That is all I'm going to be doing, is cutting out the pages to the size that it's supposed to be, then adding my silkscreen stencils on top. So of course I'm going to have to do this 5 more times. So adding the stencil on there, painting it on, and then peeling it off. And then I'm gonna have some really nice stencils. I love using silkscreen, super easy. You don't have to worry about bleed through and stuff like that. And it just looks so good. Now I'm just gonna simply add everything back to my frame. So I'm first going to add the glass back in. Then after I add the glass in, I'm just gonna add my book page with my stencil. And then after that, I'm gonna add the back to this, and that is it. And these are ready to hang or be used as standalone decor pieces. So I love how these turned out. I also love how simple this DIY was. And this would be perfect to add in your kitchen so you can hang them up. There will be so many different ways that you can hang these up too, especially if you do 6 of them. You don't have to do all 6, you can do 3, but you can just put these up anywhere. They can also be standalone pieces, and I love how these, I love how these turned out. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you got some ideas of some things that you can put in your kitchen, or ways that you can upcycle things and use them in your kitchen. If you enjoyed this video, as always, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you comment down below to let me know what you think. If you aren't subscribed to my channel, make sure you click on that subscribe button and you hit that notification bell so you'll always be up to date with my latest tutorials. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye!